I have for you a 100% proved leak of what will be shown in the 5th episode of Ahsoka. It was shared by 2 authoritative insider portals such as Making Star Wars and Bespin Bulletin, and when these guys post something, it means that this is verified information and can be trusted. As you remember, at the end of episode 4 of Ahsoka, we were shown a projection of Anakin Skywalker, who met his student in the world between worlds. We were all amazed and intrigued, and at the same time, we all came to one thought, to the same question that aroused in our minds. What's next? As reported by the insider portals that I have already mentioned, Lucasfilm has fully invested in the 5th episode. The company is so confident in its success that it even plans to show it in the cinemas, for the first time in the history of its TV series. According to insiders, Lucasfilm has put everything on the line and has great hopes for this episode, so we should all watch it without blinking. That's the intrigue. But speaking specifically, what will they show us? Insiders from Making Star Wars and Bespin Bulletin say that the next episode is entirely dedicated to Anakin and Ahsoka. We will be shown a long dialogue between a master and an apprentice about the past, present, and future. Ahsoka will ask questions that have been troubling her for a long time, while Anakin will try to answer them, simultaneously showing different visions in the opening magic mirrors. For example, Ahsoka will ask, "If I try to stop you during your fall, how would it end?" And at this point, Anakin will open a magic mirror through which he will show an alternative duel on Mustafar, which ended with his victory over Obi-Wan. Bespin Bulletin says that Hayden Christensen conducted long lightsaber training sessions especially for this scene, because the actor performed all the moves by himself as in The Revenge of the Sith. Since Obi-Wan has already died in this reality, Anakin will have to fight with a young Ahsoka, played by the young actress Savannah Stein, known for the TV series House of the Dragon. It is not known for certain how their confrontation will end, but it is very likely that the fallen Anakin will win, and when the vision ends, Ahsoka will get an answer to her question. She wouldn't have been able to stop Anakin even if she had stayed by his side. His fate was sealed. It's time to stop torturing herself for the past and live in the present. This is exactly the instruction Anakin's projection will give her. Also, according to a message from Bespin Bulletin, Hayden Christensen again will wear the costume of the Dark Lord Darth Vader. Therefore, in one of the mirrors of the Force, Anakin will show Ahsoka how their meeting would have ended after his fall if it had happened before Malachor. Ahsoka will get an answer to the question, would she be able to return the Master to the light side after Order 66? And as sad as it is, no and no again. Finally, the last vision, which is the most symbolic, is the conversation between Anakin and Ahsoka, and perhaps even an action scene from the time of the Clone Wars. The Bespin Bulletin portal confirms that Hayden Christensen was seen wearing armor from the Clone Wars and with less long hair on the set of the series. In other words, we are waiting for a flashback straight from these very Clone Wars. Also, according to insiders, this scene was played on the Twi'lek's home planet Ryloth. This scene is longer and more intense than the previous 2, and it will end with a beautiful and touching dialogue between Ahsoka and Anakin. What is most interesting is that at some point another iconic character, Captain Rex, will interfere in their dialogue. Insiders report that they noticed Tamura Morrison on the set, who played Jango and Boba Fett, as well as all clones in Revenge of the Sith and in the Obi-Wan show. Tamura was dressed in the armor of clones of the 501st Legion, had white hair and dots on his face, designed for de-aging process with the help of computer graphics. This is just some hell of a news. But at the same time, Bespin Bulletin doubts that Rex will appear in the current timeline. Most likely, the appearance of the legendary clone will be limited only to a flashback and won't be able to see the much older Rex. Although there is no need to lose hope, maybe it was just well classified. As soon as all these visions are over, the events of the series will again be transferred to the world between worlds. We will be shown how Ahsoka learned the lessons she needed and became stronger, and then Anakin will say that her training is now complete. Ahsoka will answer, "But I am no longer a Jedi," to which Anakin will answer, "Being a Jedi does not mean wearing a title and a mantle, and it does not mean following the code. First of all, it is the desire to help others and make the galaxy a better place, to rid it of evil. In simple terms, Ahsoka still can't stop doing self-digging and is trying to deceive fate, trying to somehow influence time, and Anakin, as a wise mentor, says and shows her, no, you can't. Stop blaming yourself for the past, better focus on the future. Stop digging into what has already happened. It's better to pay attention to the present, to your friends who need your help more than I do. This will be the end of their meeting, and Ahsoka, after taking one last look at her mentor, will return to the physical material universe filled with determination to act. Something like that. Of course, all this looks very interesting on paper, and I'm sure that in the series itself it will look many times, even 10 times cooler. If Lucasfilm has invested so much in it, then there is something more to it. It remains for us just to wait for the premiere and enjoy it. I will ask you to subscribe to the channel because there is a lot of awesome Star Wars content ahead, and I'm trying my best to help you figure it out. I'm trying to give you additional emotions and just immerse you in the universe that we all love so much. For you, subscribing to the channel is one click, and for me, it is a huge support and motivation. And be sure to write in the comments your opinion about the leak and what you personally expect from the 5th episode. That's all for today, but I'll be back to you with news very soon. Thank you all so much for watching. May the Force be with you.